Okay. Hi guys. So happy New Year. I already finished my first book of the year, and it's not even one that I thought I was gonna read. Remember how Magnolia Parks was like in my head for a while and I was like dreaming of it and I was like, okay, this is a sign that I need to read this. This is kind of how this was with Lightlark. I just kept saying Alex Aster on my For You page and it like gave me inspiration and hope to like read her book because I kept seeing it. I know it came out like what 3 years ago at this point, 2 or 3 years ago, but the fact of the matter is that I had never thought of picking it up. Like I had seen it in passing, but I never really paid attention to it. Um, and I kept getting like daydreams about like that I need to read this, that I need to read this. And after having finished reading it already, I read it in like a day and a half because the day before I kept getting distracted. So I kind of read it in like, yeah, basically a day and a half because I was distracted. It's not about that. The point is I finished it. I already did my first book of the year. I really planned on reading Invisible Life of Addie LaRue first, but this kind of took precedence because I'm telling you, I had like that push from the universe to read it. And after having finished reading it, I still don't know why I had that push from the universe in reading it. Because I know a lot of people love it so much, and I know it's going to become a movie. The thing is, I think it might be better as a film than a book. Like, it's really, really good to have an imagination and to have a very vivid and creative, fantastical imagination, but I feel like this will probably do better as a movie. I'm not downplaying her story at all because her story is good, but I just feel like it'll visually just be more appealing. The best example I can think of this is with The Magicians. I will say it time and time again. The Magician's book was not my favorite, but The Magician's show is my favorite. Like it is, it's just, it's just some things are translated better into a visual medium than into a literary word story. Does that make sense? Um, and yes, both can be amazing. And I have a perfect example as to how both can be amazing. Um, Call Me by Your Name. It's just the one that comes up to the top of my head. Call Me by Your Name would be the thing that comes to the top of my head that is both perfect as a book and as a movie. They are both one, okay. So like with that, one does what the other cannot do without the other. Does that make sense? Like the book does what it can do without a movie, and then the movie does what it can do without the book. Like it's like ingenious. Like I don't know what magic is in that book and that story, but there is magic there because it's so atmospheric. It's so summer. It's so love and like young love. And it's just like also why did I say also three times? Um a coming up story. What do they call that? Like a story like when you're like growing up, like what do they call that? A coming of age story that um it's like all of that. It's like so perfect. I want to read it again. Oh my god, I want to read it again this summer. That would be such a fun thing to do. I don't really usually reread books unless I like absolutely love them, but I did absolutely love Call Me by Your Name. Um, I want to reread it. I kind of already forgot a lot of the book, not the movie, of course, but the book I kind of forgot a lot of it. But the book, what I love is very conscious. Like, okay, sorry, we're not even talking about the book that I'm supposed to be reviewing. Okay, that is just a preface to what I'm about to say about this. So, this is my review of Lightlark by Alex Aster. I have the paperback version. This is the spine. This is the back. I literally started reading it on January. No, yeah. I started reading it January 1st, to be honest. So literally so all the pages are like that. They have like that print and then the chapters look like that. Like that. Just so you have an idea of the font size and like how it looks and then the page. It's like I love the color of the page and I love that it's like floppy. There is like literally no cracks. I'm telling you, I treat my books really, really good, and I have so many of them for sale on my Poshmark and my Facebook Marketplace. Like, there's literally no cracks. But I think that's because I read it in a day, basically. Okay, so this is Lightlark. I don't know. Okay, I feel like the only thing I'm gonna spoil. Okay, I don't know where to start. I think I'm gonna start with once again, it's like my cross to bear or something. I find myself reading books that are in third person. I do not like third person. The reason being, and I feel like I always have to explain why because you just don't get it. You're gonna think I like hate third person and you're just not gonna understand why. I don't like third person because usually it takes me off the story. It detaches me from the story. You would think, oh my God, stop barking. You would think some omniscient narrator, just ignore the dog that's barking. You would think that some omniscient narrator would make you feel like you're even more a part of the story, but it's like absolutely not. Like, okay. There is no reason for this story to be in third person. There is no reason for Phantasma, as much as I loved it in third person, shockingly, as much as I loved Phantasma, there's no reason for Phantasma to be in third person. Third person, to me, should be used to show a lot of things that the main character or main characters are not consciously aware of that is going on. Do you see what I mean? I understand that doesn't have to be the reason you use third person, but I'm just saying, I feel like the only reason that you would need to use third person is for that. That will give you keys or awareness of certain plot points that the main characters are not aware of. This could have been written in first person and it would have been just as fine, maybe even better. I don't know. But I just like really don't like third person, but I keep finding myself reading books in third person. I don't know why that keeps happening, but whatever. So Lightlark is an island that basically appears every 100 years. It's kind of like, people say it's ACOTAR mixed with Hunger Games, but I didn't really feel the Hunger Games vibes in this. Like, I really did not. Like, Hunger Games was like Hunger Games. Like, Hunger Games was like full, like, to the death competition. Maybe I need to read Nightbane or something to understand that, but this, I don't know. But the Centennial's already over. Like, I don't get it. So, anyways, the island gives them a chance. Gives the, what did she call them? The realms. The Lightlark Island popping up gives the 6 realms a chance to break their curses, okay? I think the premise is good, but just like, I don't know. I feel like I was a little underwhelmed, and I feel like the twist at the end completely blindsided me. I don't know why it completely blindsided me, but I just like really didn't like it that, spoiler alert, that Celeste was actually a villain the whole time. The main character, Isla Crown, the main character, her best friend, Celeste, was actually Aurora, which is one of the people that have been alive for like 500 years or something like that. She had like faked her death using like illusion magic or whatever, only so she could control the power of all 6 realms. She was basically trying to be Thanos. Literally, she tried to be Thanos. With her Infinity Stone, with her Infinity Gauntlet, and her Infinity Gauntlet was basically the bond maker, and she led Isla to believe that it was something called a bond breaker. It was just like so frustrating figuring that out, and then just like the whole betrayal of like Grimm, and then everyone on social media like shipping her Isla and Grimm, and like I don't ship it, I ship her and Oro. I know Oro seems more like annoying than Grimm, but like it's just like, I don't know. I thought it was good. Like, don't get mad. Like, I thought it was good. I thought it was decent, but I don't know if I'm going to read Nightbane. And I hate that the it says preview of Nightbane is inside. Yeah, it's like chapter 6. Why do I want to know the preview of chapter 6? Why can't you give me the preview of chapter 1 and chapter 2? What happened to that? So I literally have to go on Google Previews to chronologically give me the tea, because this is not it with showing me chapter 5 as the exclusive excerpt. Like, what? So confused about that. Like, what? Okay. Anyways, I felt like the writing was fine. It was good. For it to be her debut, I think it's good, honestly. Trust me, I've read so much worse, and that's not hating on this book. I'm just saying, like, there is worse out there. And I'm not saying this is bad. This is not like worse, but I'm just saying that there is a spectrum of bad debuts, and this is not, I wouldn't say this is a bad debut at all. Like, there are horrible books out there, and this is nowhere near a horrible book. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it was good, it was decent, but I just feel like I don't know, like, maybe I was just expecting something different. I don't know. This is what happens when books are overhyped. Your expectations are very, very high, even though I kind of went in with no expectations, but I just know, and then my subconscious mind, that it was overhyped and super popular. And just, I've been seeing so many people getting upset with overhyped books, and I don't know why this is a thing. Like, a new book comes out and then all of a sudden it's viral on TikTok, and I'm just like, what? And it's just like so weird. Oh, okay. So now that the dog stopped barking, now like someone in the complex is playing loud as music, of course. I don't know what else to say about this other than the magic was like kind of okay. I think I'm gonna read Invisible Life of Addie LaRue after this. I'm finishing up some comic books right now that like recently just came out, so I'm catching up on those on my iPad because I have the apps. And then I think I'm gonna read Addie LaRue, but I'm gonna try to preview Nightbane first before I try to buy it. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it. I don't know what I'm gonna do next, but if I don't continue Lightlark, I'm definitely doing Addie LaRue after this. So hopefully I can finish at least Addie LaRue and maybe Beach Read by the end of the month, depending on how busy I get, but it's definitely possible. Like, come on, I read how many books in December? Like 6 or 7, I think. No, like 5. I think I read like 5 books in December or something like that. Anyways, it was okay. Like, I'm telling you, it's just decent. Like, you have to just read it yourself. Like, I'm not going to recommend you to read it. Like, you just have to read it yourself. Everyone has such different tastes. Of course, when I'm filming a video, there is like a zoo of noises in the background. I'm just gonna end the video because I'm over all these sounds, and watch, it's gonna be like so quiet. It's gonna be like so quiet once I stop the video. I already know it. But yes, that was Lightlark by Alex Aster. I still don't know why my subconscious mind and the universe was like pushing me to read this. I still don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, what? I don't know. Maybe something will spark in my mind later, and then I'll just tell you about it. I don't know. I don't know why the universe pushed me to read this. Like, I'm just blabbing at this point. So that's Lightlark. I don't know if I'm gonna continue it or not. I don't know if I'm gonna continue the series or not, but I'm gonna do Addie LaRue next for sure.